Good morning. Mark Schinnerer coming to you today from the porch with your Sunday strategy. We all want to accomplish things in our life, whether it's get a new house, get a new car, get a new job, get a promotion, get a raise, start a business, whatever it is. We all have things we want to accomplish, and we work hard, and sometimes we struggle a lot trying to get it done, and sometimes we just don't know how to get there, and we keep working at it and keep trying different things to make it happen. But there's a specific way, a specific process, almost a formula or a framework, I guess you could say, that will almost guarantee that you will succeed. And I'm going to talk today about that framework. And actually, I'm going to spend all week this week talking about how you can achieve the success that you want in your life. And each day will be obviously a different day, but I'm going to talk about the framework. And interestingly, there's 7 different steps, and there's 7 days in a week. I'm going to be talking a lot about the mistake that most people make that will guarantee their failure. You may be like, Mark, what do you mean? There's something that people do wrong that guarantees they fail? Pretty much. Or let's put it this way. If you don't make this mistake, if you do this thing that I'm going to teach you, you will pretty much guarantee that you will succeed in any goal that you set. I'm going to talk this week about setting goals. Now, some people say, Mark, I've tried setting goals. I don't like to talk about setting goals. I don't want to set goals because I've tried it and I've failed. Well, okay, that's part of the mistake. You weren't taught how to do it correctly. You probably weren't even taught how to do it. Certainly not how to do it the right way. So that's what I teach. That's what's in my book, The Success Grower. That's what I teach people. So I want to teach today about, and this week, about how to set goals that you can actually achieve. Goals that you will actually be able to achieve in your life. Why do we need to set goals? Because they're essential for success. It's the path to your hopes and dreams. If you don't know where you're going, you'll never get there. So it's the path that you're on. And if you know where you're going, you can certainly have a much better chance of getting there. When you have goals, especially if you have written goals, and I'll talk about written goals. When you have written goals, then once you write them down, they become real. It's like you created something. Now it's real. It's a visual guide for you. It's like a map. We don't use maps much anymore except for the one on our phone. But it becomes a visual guide for where you want to go. And because now you know where it is you're going, you can measure your progress as you get there. It's like climbing a flight of stairs. Every step higher gets you to the top, and you can see your progress as you go. And you know if you're getting closer or not. So many people have wants in their life, and they think they're goals. I want a new job. I want to make more money. I want a new car. I want my kids to go to college. I want a new house. I want to go to Hawaii on vacation. Whatever it is, so many people have wants in their life. These are not goals. These are just wishes that have no substance. Don't chase the wants in your life. When life gets hard and you have these wants in your life, I want to make more money, I want to have a new job, I want a new car. When life gets hard, you're not going to go after your wants. You're going to cuddle up on the couch and you're going to watch Netflix and you're going to veg out with, I don't know, whatever the latest snack food is. I don't know what it is. You won't chase your wants when life gets hard. Goals are the foundation of your hopes and dreams. You have hopes and dreams for your family, for your job, for your career. You have these hopes and dreams. And goals are the foundation that you can build on to get there. Goals will steer you through the hard times. They'll steer you through the struggles. They'll steer you through all the challenges of life. I call it your GPS for success. Now, GPS in my world stands for Goal Planning System, but let's talk about the GPS on your phone. On your phone, the GPS, the little map, the Google Maps or Map app or whatever you're using, you put in the destination and you tell it where you're starting from, and it gives you the route. It may give you 2 or 3 routes, and you get to pick. And it gives you the route. And if you look, you can see all the turn-by-turn directions. So you'll know at every corner you know which way to go. It gives you the steps. It gives you the plan. Where you want to go is the destination. And the route that you take is the path, is the plan that you're going to get there. And you know what's even cool about that? When you run up against an obstacle as you're driving, you know, the map app probably doesn't know that all of a sudden there's a roadblock because now they're doing construction. They started today and they don't know that yet. You can reroute and find a way around it. Or if you turn the corner because you've got to go around it, it will automatically show you a new route to take to get to your original destination. That's the way it is with goals. Just because a conflict comes up, a challenge comes up, an obstacle comes up in your life doesn't mean you have to give up on your goal. You just turn a corner and find a way around it to go to the same goal, the same destination you were headed to. That's why I call it the GPS for success, your goal planning system. That's what I'm going to teach you this week. So, the mistake that most people make that will guarantee their failure, not writing down their goals. You say, Mark, it can't be that simple. Yeah, it's not easy. It's certainly not easy, but it is that simple. Written goals cause you to take action. Written goals create action in your life because now you've written it down. You have become a creator in your world, in your life. When you physically write it down on paper, you have created something that never existed before. And now it does. You've just created something new, and now the universe and your mind, as long as you stay focused on where you're going, this written goal, and you see it every day, and that's the important part, is you need to see it every day, your mind will do amazing things to help you get to that goal. It engages your subconscious mind to work 24/7 because it never sleeps. If you write down your goals, you have a 42% greater chance of achieving them. And the key is, and I'll talk more about this, but the key to writing down your goals is you need to write down the goal as if it exists today, because you are creating a picture of the future. You're not creating a wish, you're not creating a want, you're not saying, I want to lose 20 pounds, you're not saying that. You're creating a picture that says, I weigh, what's the number? There you've created a picture of the future. You've just created something that does not exist, and your mind will work amazing ways to make that happen. So you've probably never been taught how to set effective goals so that you can actually achieve them. You've been told you need to set New Year's resolutions, and those are usually wishes and wants, and I want to lose 20 pounds this year, or I want to get a new job, or whatever. Those are wants, or I wish I could have a new car. I wish I'd find a new job. Wants and wishes don't get you anywhere. Actual goals written down and taking action, and we're going to talk about all that this week, will get you there. 92% of people fail at their goals because they've never been taught how to do it correctly. Now, you have a 42% greater chance of writing them down, but 92% of people who set goals will fail because they don't do them right. Their wishes and wants. So, you have to get smarter. I'm going to talk about SMARTER this week. SMARTER is an acronym. SMARTER stands for specific, measurable, actionable. Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, time-bound, exciting, and risky. Okay, that's what we're going to talk about this week. We're going to take one a day. Okay, today, when you're setting a goal, the first thing you need to do when you write down your goal is you need to be specific about what you want. You can't say, I want to make more money. You can't say, I want to lose weight. No, you have to be specific. In fact, the more specific you are, the easier and faster you will achieve the goal, because you have created a very, very, very specific picture in your brain. It'll be a whole lot easier for you to accomplish it. So the more specific you are about it, the better you will be able to accomplish it. Remember that. To impact your subconscious mind that never sleeps, you need to make sure that you quantify your goal. So when you're talking about specifics, maybe it needs a number, it needs a date, it needs maybe a person's name, maybe it needs the make and model of a car, maybe it needs the size and description of a house. Whatever your goal is, make it very, very specific, so that as you continually see it and read it, your subconscious mind will continue to go there, because it will see this thing and it will do everything it can to make it happen, as long as you stay focused on it. It gives you a specific target. You know, if you want to go on vacation to Disney World, you don't go into your map app, because let's say you're going to drive because you don't want to fly today, but you go into your map app and say, I want to go to the southeast part of the country on vacation. And maybe you'll find your way to Disney World. No, you tell the map app, I want to go to Disney World. You set your map for Disney World, it'll find it probably. You set your map app for at least Orlando, Florida, and it'll find you and it'll tell you how to get there. Or go to Yelp, put in Disney World, it'll find it. Go to the map, it'll tell you how to get there. A lot of ways to do it. There are so many ways in our life that teach us how to do this, but we don't get it when we set goals for ourselves. That's the funny part. So you need to be very, very specific. And that's the first lesson for this week when I talk about setting smarter goals. Yeah, I'll be smarter about it, but setting smarter goals. So it's specific. To give you an example, this was last year, I guess. 2 years ago, I had bumped on the scales, weighed 250 pounds. And I stood on the scales and I looked at that weight and I said, that's 1/8 of a ton. I'm not doing this. I'm not going any further. I've got to make a change. So, I just told myself, you need to lose some weight. Well, okay, I lost about 10 pounds over about a year, which wasn't enough. So finally, in January of 2019, I wrote down the goal. I weigh 195 pounds. Now, I'm not going to tell you the rest of the goal because that's some future lessons this week. But I said, I weigh 195 pounds. It was very specific. I could see it in my mind. I knew how much it was. I knew what the goal is. I knew when I stood on the scales, I could see that number, if I was there or not. It was very specific. That's how you need to be when you write your goals. Be very specific. Got a train coming over here, so it's going to get loud for a minute. And he's being very specific with his horn before he goes across that intersection. So see, there's lots of examples in our life about how setting goals can help us accomplish what we want. So that's your goal for this week. Commit yourself to setting smarter goals. And I'm going to give you a template that will help you out this week. Start setting specific goals. Today, this is Sunday, getting ready for the week to come. What do you want? Start with what you want to accomplish this next week and write it down. Many times we call it a to-do list. Okay, it's a to-do list. Why don't we make a to-do list for your life? That's all goals are. You know, some people say I don't like to set goals because I've tried it and failed. Okay, let's get beyond that. Let's call it a to-do list for life. A to-do list for your life. Think of it in those terms, because we all know how to do to-do lists. And we do them and we scratch them off. So you're setting a goal. When you do a to-do list, you're writing a goal down and you're accomplishing it, and then you scratch it off. That's the perfect example of setting a smarter goal that's very specific. So today, either for the next week, the next month, or if you want to reach out and say, hey, next year, get ready for next year. Don't wait, you got 3.5 more months left. So don't wait. Start writing down, and the key is make them written. Write them down. Specific. Write your goals down, make them specific. There's more to it. And when you get the template, and in fact, I'm going to post the template right here. You can go to this link, and you can get the template on smarter goals. So you'll see all of it. But we're going to talk about each step this week, one day this week, one each day. So go get that template so that you can start down the road of setting goals that you can actually achieve in your life. And please don't make the mistake by not writing them down. That's the key. Write them down and look at them every day. Write them down, read them every day. Write them down, read them every day. Every day. That's the key. This is Mark Schinnerer coming from the porch on a Sunday morning with your Sunday strategy for this week. Get smarter about your goals. We're talking this week about setting smarter goals. Go get the template. It's in the comments. Click that link. Go get that template. It'll be emailed to you. And you can start down the road this week on finally achieving the goals that you want. Turn those wishes and wants into goals that you will achieve. Have a great day. And I will be back to talk to you tomorrow with the next part of the acronym SMARTER and how to set smarter goals.